Hi, let's talk about Avalanche, ticker symbol AVAX, currently at $131.84. Avalanche is currently going parabolic. It's now in the top 10 cryptocurrencies in terms of market cap. We are looking at almost 30 billion US dollars. Now, usually in this channel, I focus on technical analysis and at the valuation relative to Ethereum, relative to Bitcoin. But in this video, I also want to talk a little bit around fundamentals. What's actually causing this rally? How is Avalanche currently being used? What does the ecosystem look like? Because I've played with Avalanche for quite a bit now, and there might be nuances that you're not yet aware of. So first of all, what looks very nice is the value locked, right? The value locked in the Avalanche ecosystem. The bridge statistics also look very nice for Avalanche. So more than 6 billion US dollars have been bridged. What does bridging mean? It's basically when you go to a website like this, bridge.avax.network, what you can do is you can move your assets from the Ethereum network, for example. You can move that money to the Avalanche blockchain and then use all the decentralized applications on AVAX, benefit from the low gas fees compared to Ethereum. So basically not anymore using ETH, you're using AVAX. You're bridging your assets over. And so there are a lot of people that decide to do that. And the question is, why is this actually done? What are the decentralized applications that are used in the Avalanche blockchain? Because what we can see is that the usage is going up quite a bit, right? These are the fees historically being generated in the Avalanche blockchain. So the gas fees basically, and they're going up basically because of three reasons. First of all, the AVAX price is going up and the fees, they are denominated in AVAX. Then of course, more transactions are being performed. And then also the costs denominated in asset, the costs per transaction are going up because the network is getting busier. So the price in AVAX is going up, the price of AVAX itself is going up, and the frequency of transactions is going up. All of this is contributing to this rise of AVAX usage. And here's a breakdown of how these gas fees are actually being used. So number one is Trader Joe. That's basically the Uniswap of Avalanche, a decentralized exchange. That's this one over here. Then we've got Pangolin, which is also a decentralized exchange. That's this one over here, but it's way less in size, right? Look at the percentage of gas fee used. Then we've got Krabada. So the CRA token is also going up quite substantially. That's a newly launched crypto game. Here it is. I'm not going into the details of the game yet, but there are quite a few interesting YouTube videos, so you might want to check that out. And then already comes Wonderland staking. Now, what is Wonderland? Wonderland is probably the reason for the bridge statistics and for the value locked statistics going up that heavily. Wonderland is a rebase token application. It's a fork of Olympus DAO built on Avalanche. Olympus DAO is suffering from the Ethereum fees. You have to do quite a few transactions, and so this is now moving to AVAX, and that's how the decentralized application looks like. Now, there's two ways to look at this. Skeptics say this might be a pyramid scheme because old investors get paid with new investors' money. Supporters say it's simply very smart financial engineering because every time token is backed by real underlying assets. So in this case, a stablecoin, Magic Internet Money, then wrapped AVAX and liquidity pool tokens on Trader Joe that enables trading time. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. It's probably not a flat-out Ponzi, but without the clever mechanics behind this that help to stabilize the price, there'll probably be way less sustainability in all of this. If you get engaged in this system, make sure to do a lot of research. Best is probably to look at Olympus DAO videos because that has been around for quite a long time and the mechanics are pretty much the same. So you do want to look at, say, for example, the Olympus DAO price development. After compounding at a certain point in time, it went down by 80%. But that being said, if you were early on Olympus DAO, you're now up by more than 30x. So simply do your research. This might go down massively at some point. But the reason why I say this is such a big driver is, first of all, we've got here 2 billion locked. That's quite a large number. But then also when we look at the main decentralized exchange of Avalanche, look at what's being traded the most. This is now sorted by trading volume, and obviously we've got the AVAX token and we've got stable coins, so USDC, Magic Internet Money and Tether. But then already comes Time, which is the token of Wonderland. So the Olympus DAO fork, the rebase token. And when we go further, we've got wrapped Ethereum, the native token of Trader Joe for participating in swap fees. Here is Krabada, and here we've got another Olympus DAO fork, Snowbank. So I find this very interesting. Crypto gaming seems to be moving somewhat to Avalanche, but especially rebase token systems. They really get adoption here. And so when this here destabilizes, because at some point it might, we are looking here at an annual percentage yield of 83,000%. So this almost doubles every month. If the growth here can't be sustained and the momentum leaves the Olympus DAO forks, at that point, we are probably going to see these numbers here go down again. But I don't see this happening very soon. I do think this is just the beginning here. But if you're considering to bet on Avalanche, the better bet is probably to directly go with those systems here. Because this is where you make the real return, and your AVAX price is likely going to be closely connected. At least the usage statistics are closely connected to the future of these rebase systems. So why not invest directly in this? A lot of the tied up money of AVAX, a lot of what is pushing up the demand and the price for AVAX, it's simply demand for the treasury of Wonderland and of Snowbank. Now, what about those fees actually? These increasing fees. I don't have enough technical knowledge around this, how Avalanche is really able to scale. I've heard that there's a limit of around 1,000 transactions per second, which is way larger than Ethereum, but still relatively simple transactions in Wonderland, they do cost quite a bit. So we are not just looking at cents here. If you do a swap, for example, on the Ethereum network with Uniswap, you pay now like $50 or so, right? When you perform an action here on Wonderland, for example, claiming and auto staking, you are paying 1/100th of an AVAX. And with AVAX being at $133, that's a bit over $1, right, for this transaction. When you do a swap on Trader Joe, you're paying a bit less, but still, that's like 80 cents or so. So it's not like 5 cents or 10 cents. I think that's pretty expensive already, given that Avalanche has only 1% market dominance and Ethereum around 20, right? So if AVAX was to be as large as Ethereum, it might 20x in price, and then the transaction costs, they wouldn't be $1, they would be $20, at least at the current state that AVAX is at. And so $20 at the scale of Ethereum doesn't look that much cheaper than the $50 you now have with Ethereum. So I'm not really sure how scalable this is, especially for crypto gaming, right? But as said, I don't have enough technical knowledge to predict how this actually is going to play out in case AVAX really grows that much. Now, there's no video on this channel without looking at the charts. This is the AVAX chart in US dollars. But as usual, we will look at the relative performance, and this is the relative performance to Ethereum. So these are lines I've drawn in a previous video, and we can see we are now pretty expensive versus Ethereum historically speaking. I'm not saying that this cannot break out, right? Ethereum does have quite a lot of headwinds right now. People are doubting that ETH 2.0 will really come quickly and that it will reduce the gas fees enough. And so competing layer ones, they are catching up. And especially with the growing Olympus DAO forks, the demand for AVAX might continue to go up. But I simply think it's still important to at least be aware of this. This is a historically high valuation, and the potential downsides are quite significant, right? 38%, 68%, or maybe even 85%. I'd probably not invest in the underlying AVAX token. If you're willing to take on the risk, then why not go directly into the ecosystem and use the application that you're most bullish on, be it the crypto game Krabada, be it the Olympus DAO fork Wonderland, or be it the lending platform Aave. I think going directly into those apps has probably the better risk to reward. Simply do your own research. If you enjoyed this video, please give this a like. YouTube will then help to grow the channel. And if you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe as well. I publish videos regularly. Last but not least, we've got a Telegram channel. the Bitcoin Strategy Channel, you can find us simply by searching for Bitcoin Strategy Channel within the Telegram app or by clicking the link in the video description. See you next time. Bye-bye.